We're looking at L&N 152 of the Kentucky Railway Museum on River Road in Louisville, Kentucky in September of 1985. The engine is being exercised and moved around the museum, and we're being treated because it's back on the rails and running again after being overhauled before this date. This is being done today so that in the future that they could take and have excursions on with 152 with the steam train. There's the pallet. This is to see how the engine would do after your overhaul. One of the museum members hitching a free ride. There's River Road in Louisville, Kentucky. The museum's behind you here. This is on River Road in Louisville, Kentucky. Signals are working and the engine's making a crossing of the River Road over to the industrial siding. It was good to see the steam engine up and running again, and all the people that turned out to see it. They were brought out by the whistle and the bell ringing. There's some people that turned out to see the steam engine today. Making slow runs like this that the engine made that day made for good photographing, and the people really turned out to take advantage of it. We still have leaves and good foliage in September of this year. Cylinder cocks are open to get rid of any water that's in the cylinders. Now we're on the ground. The tender on the locomotive took and derailed here. And you see the guys working trying to get it back on the rails. And the flagman's out directing traffic around the derailment. They're trying to put cribbing underneath the wheels to take and get back on the rails. had to bring out a crane and re-railer to lift it out back onto the rails on account of the soft ground kept giving away. Finally, we're back on the rails, moving slowly across the derailment spot so that the engine doesn't come off now. And you had a crowd of people show up to watch the derailment. Again, the cylinder cocks are open to take and expel any water so that it doesn't turn the steam and blow the heads on the cylinder if you don't get the water out of the cylinder and have nothing but steam going to it. Again, the crowds really showed up this day. We're on the museum property itself. It's been backed across the river road back into the museum site from the industrial siding. And they're exercising the engine, the crew is. People and automobiles was everywhere this day, parked along the road and in the museum property, and anywhere they could find a spot to park and get out and watch the steam engine work in the museum property. Making a slow forward movement at this time. Moving slowly across the crossing here. There's River Road in Louisville, Kentucky. We're on a high wooden trestle that crosses Beargrass Creek, which empties into the Ohio River a few hundred feet ahead on the other side of the trestle. They brought the switch engine out to help the locomotive. We've crossed River Road. We're back over on that same industrial siding, but we're now toward the town of Louisville, Kentucky, and there's a bridge across the Ohio River, and now we're in the industrial area, and there's Interstate 65 with the traffic on it. There's one of the industrial buildings that lines along River Road here outside Louisville, under the overpass of Interstate 65. Crossing gates have been activated. The steam engines will be coming around the curve here in a minute. Another shot of Interstate 65 that goes over the rail line here for these industries. It's along River Road. Don't cross now, train coming. It was slow movements all day that day, which made it good for those that wanted to photograph the engine and the movement with the diesel that they used on the switch engine. Crossing the road again. Crossing signals are flashing. People are stopping and watching the train go across. Now we're in New Albany, Indiana, and the Speery Rail inspection car is in the Southern Railway Yards in New Albany, Indiana. This is after they had their inspection of the rail line that day and the crew had tied up for the night, and they'll be back in the morning and go out the line and do some more inspection. This was late in the day when I was lucky to run across this. And late in the year, so we didn't get the opportune time to really get real good photographs. You deal with what Mother Nature deals you here.